Hey guys, HDV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we've got quite a few things to go over. We have some new promotional material for Pokemon Legends ZA. We have a pretty decent insider source about a Nintendo Direct happening next month in July. Some new Pokemon events that have been announced and a few other things to go over as well. There's a lot of things to talk about today, so if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's go over some new Pokemon events that have been announced. The first one is for Pokemon Cafe Remix, which is celebrating its 5th anniversary. So, we've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, Pokemon Cafe Remix has received its 5th anniversary update, which includes the feature allowing you to customize the look of your cafe. And this is also the kind of celebratory image as well that's come out. It's got Rayquaza in the background and a ton of other Pokemon, which are having a nice little snack on a picnic or whatever. So, that's that, but then of course with Rayquaza being part of that image, it also is getting its own sort of like event as well. So we've got Cerebi tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon Cafe Remix Visit from Rayquaza event is now live. The Espeon Starry Sky and Umbreon Starry Sky delivery focuses have also begun. So quite a lot going on in Pokemon Cafe Remix this week to celebrate its 5th anniversary. So that's Pokemon Cafe Mix stuff. Next up, we have a new Pokemon TCG Pocket event that is now live. We've got Cerebi tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, the Pokemon TCG Pocket Ultra Beast Mass Outbreak event is now live. And of course, the new set does begin this week on Thursday, EV Grove in Pokemon TCG Pocket. But let's take a little bit of a look at this event. So it is a Wonder Pick event, but this one's a little bit different because usually you only get like one EX card. But in this one, you get two. You get Guzzlord and Buzzwole as potential EX kind of Wonder Picks. It's still going to cost you like 3 Wonder Pick tokens, but it's just marginally better than the others because you have more of a chance of getting a EX. So they're your possible Wonder Pick options, and then also we have the possible bonus pick options as well. We've got like the other Ultra Beast, then you have like the sort of Ultra Beast items as well. You can get Flare as well for Buzzwole and Guzzlord. They have seemingly used the same image for Guzzlord. Not sure why they've done that, but yeah, you can get Flare for those two as well. And then you also can complete some missions for this event as well. So if you collect 5 Ultra Beast cards, you'll get 3 shop tickets and 2 Wonder Hourglasses. If you collect 10 Ultra Beast cards, you'll get 5 shop tickets and 3 Wonder Hourglass. If you collect 15 Ultra Beasts, you get 7 shop tickets and 2 Wonder Hourglass. And then if you Wonder Pick 3 times, you'll get a shop ticket and Wonder Hourglass. And then if you Wonder Pick 5 times, you get 3 shop tickets and 3 Wonder Hourglasses as well. So that's kind of all the events that are now live in various different Pokemon games. And of course, we do have our own Pokemon TCG Pocket, HD Pocket in the description down below. Going to be streaming the new set and everything that's coming out this week. But anyway, those are some new Pokemon events that are now live. Moving on, we have some new Pokemon Legends ZA promotional material. We had Pokemon tweet out on the 20th of June, so a few days ago now, saying, wish you were here. And it says, greetings from Lumiose City, with the actual Lumiose City from Pokemon Legends ZA in the background. They do also have the Quasartico sort of logo as well, multiple times on kind of the background of the background, and then also on this sort of postcard here. I mean, that's what it is, it's a postcard, and then there's some others in the background as well. I don't know if they're going to kind of reveal those postcards as we get closer to the game's reveal, or I guess release, should I say. But yeah, this is just, again, bit more promotion for Pokemon Legends ZA, which I feel like even though the game's only like coming out in a few months, we haven't really hit that proper promotion yet. Maybe with the presents after that, it's just going to snowball and we're going to get a ton of promotional material for this game. But as of right now, we're not really getting much. But obviously the colors they've used and stuff like that is for Zygarde, which again doesn't feel like a massive role in this game. I'm sure that will be different when we play the game, but we do have Soul Silverheart talking about this, saying, I don't really wish I was there though. One of my biggest qualms with Pokemon Legends ZA is it being set entirely in present-day Lumiose City, not because it's only in one place, but because of Lumiose itself. It's such a bland city, even in this image, one of the ugliest places in all of Pokemon, to be honest, but I'm hoping that there are parts of it where we haven't seen yet in ZA that will be beautiful. And then also, it seems like they are doing the green and pink colors thing here again too, just like the Pokemon Legends ZA logo colors and theme. So we have obviously the green in the Lumiose part, and then we have the kind of purplish pink in the kind of city. Yeah, I mean, those colors clearly have quite a bit of an impact in the game. One of them is probably for Zygarde. The purple coloring we're still unaware about. There's certain leaks and stuff which I guess make us think that we know what it's going to be, but again, we don't know until the game drops. But yeah, it was just cool to see some more promotional material for Pokemon Legends ZA because like I say, we haven't really had much. Still waiting on new Mega Evolutions. Still waiting on kind of the full reveal of like Emma and stuff, and then what's happening with Sycamore and Lysandra. Are they going to be in the game? There's a lot of kind of questions that need to be answered. So hopefully this Presents is going to drop a bombshell of news for this game. But I wouldn't mind seeing more kind of like promotional tweets and stuff about the game, because like I say, as of right now, we're not really getting much. But anyway, that's some new promotional material for Pokemon Legends EA. Coming up next, we have this to go over, which is a new postage stamp for Pokemon TCG Pocket, which I guess this is kind of the bridge between Pokemon TCG Pocket cards being digital and then being physical. This is kind of like a step in the right direction for getting physical Pokemon TCG Pocket cards. So let's take a look at this article here. It says Pokemon TCG postage stamps up for order. So Nintendo Superstore is now taking international orders for the POS Malaysia's Pokemon trading card game folder set. So the stamp set was launched exclusively in Malaysia earlier this year to Pokemon TCG fans in the country. Each set comes with a set of 10 Pokemon TCG inspired stamps, with the stamp value being denoted as the Pokemon's HP. So this is just kind of like a collection that you get. So you get the 10 pieces of stamp, you get the folder and envelope, the postcards, yada yada yada. And yeah, it's just a little bit of a, like, this is the main thing here, being able to get like these stamps and stuff for Pokemon TCG Pocket, because it's different. Like, I want to see so many of those Pokemon TCG Pocket cards as like real physical cards and stuff, and they'll probably do that one day, because there's just going to be such a, there is just such, I guess, I don't know, there's just so many people that want it, you know, because some of the cards just look so good. So whether they do like a Pokemon TCG Pocket set or something like that, where they just put like the best cards in from Pocket, like with the best artworks and stuff, who knows. But yeah, this is just something obviously that is popular. You can actually get it as well. Like I said, I'm not sure if you're going to be that bothered about stamps and stuff. The main reason I'm covering it is because it potentially could be a step in the direction of physical kind of cards from Pokemon TCG Pocket. But anyway, wanted to just quickly go over that just in case people were bothered about it. Coming up next, let's talk about Nintendo Directs. We were kind of hoping we'd get one this month in June, because we've had a Nintendo Direct in June for the last 8 or so years, which doesn't seem to be the case. I mean, it could still get announced this week, but it's very, very unlikely, because we've just had the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct last week, and also we had the Splatoon kind of thing announced the week before, I think. But either way, we have an insider here claiming that we are going to be seeing a Nintendo Direct next month for July 2025. So obviously we're getting the Pokemon Presents next month, we're getting DK Bonanza coming out next month, and then as well as that, apparently we're going to be getting a Nintendo Direct as well. And I know a lot of you guys are like, well, they said we was going to get one in June, we didn't. Now apparently there's going to be one in July. They just keep saying random months until they get it right. But we are expecting some sort of summer Nintendo Direct, because they always do one. So July just seems more likely now, because obviously we're at the end of June. But I completely understand that people are going to be like, well, they're going to keep saying there's going to be a Direct this month, and this month until they get it, which is fair. You know, that completely makes sense. But apparently this has some decent reliability. I don't know. I'm just bringing you guys the news. But anyway, it says a new leak claims the next major Nintendo Direct is coming in July 2025, with huge announcements and major third-party games possibly on the way. So Nintendo's been having a wild summer, and it's all thanks to the Nintendo Switch 2. Since launching earlier this month, the Nintendo Switch 2 has completely dominated the headlines, breaking records left and right. Over 1.1 million units were sold in the US alone in its first week, even beating the PlayStation 4's launch numbers. Nintendo officially announced that the global sales shot past 3.5 million in the first 4 days. But it's not just about the hardware. There's been a ton of talk about game sales too, especially third-party titles. According to recent reports, more than 60% of game sales in the US and a staggering 86% in the UK have been Nintendo's own games, with most third-party releases falling short of expectations, which we've already covered. That is because the game's already been out for years. People just aren't going to go buy it for a new console just to have it on a new console. With all this hype, fans are already looking ahead. Now, according to a brand new report from a well-known Nintendo-focused podcast, a major new Nintendo presentation could be right around the corner, possibly happening in July 2025, with some massive announcements on deck. Pokemon also included in this as well, apparently, according to this rumor, which is why it's even more of a reason that I'm covering it. But it says Nintendo Direct July 2025 leak. So the new scoop comes from the Nintendo podcast, hosted by Wood from the YouTube channel Beat 'em Ups. During the latest episode, Wood claimed that he has insider knowledge of a big Nintendo Direct set for July 2025, though he stayed tight-lipped about his source. There's going to be a Nintendo Direct next month in July, he said. I mean, to go out on a pretty well-known podcast and say that, your reputation's going to take a hit if you're wrong. So I feel like they must know a decent source to be able to come out and say this. He also laid out a surprising list of games and announcements that could show up during the event. While Wood made it clear that some of this information is straight from his source and some is secondhand, he sounded pretty confident about what is coming. So again, we don't have an actual date of this Nintendo Direct, we just know it's apparently happening in July. But this is some of the information that apparently is going to get revealed during this Nintendo Direct. So here's the rundown of all the games the YouTuber shared that could appear during the presentation. So Metaphor, ReFantasio, so it is expected to get the spotlight, and Wood even speculated about a possible physical release for Nintendo Switch 2, calling it a huge download, and I think it's a $70 game. And then as well as that, GameCube Shadow drops. These are also rumored, with Pokemon Colosseum singled out as the likely first release, not Gale of Darkness, which should come later. This would be a major win for longtime Nintendo fans hoping for classic titles to hit the new system. So we know that Pokemon Colosseum and Gale of Darkness are on their way because that's already been confirmed. We were just kind of expecting them to shadow drop during the Pokemon Presents in July. But if we get a Nintendo Direct at the start of July, which again is very close, it's only a couple of weeks away. Not even that, it's literally next week. But yeah, if we got like a Nintendo Direct at the start of July, shadow drop Colosseum, and then they shadow drop Gale of Darkness in the Presents in July for Pokemon, then that would be a nice way to kind of like space them out but still give them to us very, very quickly. So that's something that's apparently going to happen. And then Death Stranding Director's Cut S. So this title could also be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2, though Wood admitted this was just something he was told and isn't fully sure about it yet. I don't know about this one, it's just what I was told, he said during the podcast. It's also worth noting that Death Stranding 2 is set to launch later this month, so it's a perfect time for an announcement to get more eyes on the games. And then also The Witcher 3 Switch 2 Edition. So The Witcher 3 Switch 2 Edition is another game reveal that is apparently part of the July 2025 Nintendo Direct presentation. When asked if they're going to charge $10 for the upgrade, Wood said he hadn't been told specifically, but physically nodded, indicating he thinks the answer is yes. And then also Metroid Prime 4 Beyond. Fans might finally get a release date for Metroid Prime 4, as the Direct is apparently aiming to refresh everybody with what's coming out for the rest of the year, according to the podcast. And then a big one as well, which is going to get people very, very excited, myself included, a new Animal Crossing game. So, and finally, a teaser card for a new Animal Crossing game with Isabelle making an appearance and a full release expected in 2026. Wood said, I heard Isabelle is going to show up and it's going to tease Animal Crossing coming out in 2026. So this would be a big reveal. That'd be like the kind of end of Direct sort of reveal, because Animal Crossing is a massive seller for Nintendo. The last one did very well. I think they've all done very, very well. But yeah, a new one specifically for the Nintendo Switch 2 would get a lot of people to buy the console because there's so many Animal Crossing fans out there. And then, of course, with any rumor, it's always best to take this information with a grain of salt. Until Nintendo steps forward and makes an official announcement, none of these details are set in stone. This isn't happening in a vacuum either. There have already been plenty of reports about Red Dead Redemption 2 coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 with a next-gen upgrade, as well as word that several PlayStation exclusives could soon be making the jump to Nintendo's next-gen console. So what do you think about the latest Nintendo Direct leak? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. So, I mean, I'd be over the moon if we got a Direct like this, because we get Pokemon Colosseum, and we get Animal Crossing, which are two massive kind of things for me. Obviously, no Legends EA is announced in this, but we have a Pokemon Presents next month anyway, so why would they drop Legends EA stuff when they're just going to drop it in the Pokemon Presents anyway? So it'd be very unlikely we get any Legends EA stuff. They might just show a little bit of gameplay about it that we've already seen. Like, it might feature, but I don't think we see anything crazy like a new Mega Evolution or anything, because they'd, like I say, just saved that for the Nintendo, for the Pokemon Presents at the end of July. But I'd be very happy with this, and like I say, I think a lot of people would be as well, just because of the Animal Crossing. But yeah, Pokemon Colosseum as well. Really looking forward to that, so hoping they drop that as soon as possible. But let me know your thoughts on this Nintendo Direct rumor. I think it's going to be true, to be fair. I don't see why that this person would come out, lose all their credibility on a big Nintendo podcast like this. It just doesn't really seem very likely. But like I say, they've also gone into detail about what we're going to see. They've not just been like, yeah, there's going to be a Direct. That's it. They've come out and said there's going to be a Direct, this, and this is going to get revealed as well. So they've really kind of put their, I guess, reputation on the line, but hopefully it's true. I think a lot of us would want this to be true. So that's that, and then also finishing things off, another little update about the Nintendo Switch 2. We've got Stealth here tweeting out saying the Nintendo Switch 2 physical edition of Sonic Racing Cross Worlds appears to be 100% on cart. It's not a key card release. Hopefully it's that way for all releases from Sega moving forward, because nobody wants digital only. A lot of people do want the physical kind of game cards and stuff like that. But Anyway, that's going to be everything for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please do consider leaving a like down below. Let's try and hit 500 likes. It does really help out. Leave a comment with your thoughts on anything we covered on the Nintendo Direct, all the Pokemon stuff that we covered as well, the new Legend Z8 promotional material, and then all the events that are now live as well in various different Pokemon games. Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.